This week on Most Craved.
Don't worry, everyone will eventually get Tomb Raider.
Aquaman. They're gonna make an Aquaman.
Hey, welcome back to Most Craved. I'm Silas Lesnick with ComingSoon.net.
I'm Jenna Bush with Legion of Leia.
And I'm William Bibiani with Crave Online.
And this week, I think we're going to start off things by talking about something we missed last week, the expanded DC universe, which just got an update yesterday. There are 2 Aquaman movies, scripts in development.
Yeah, let's clarify that. There are 2 scripts. There are not 2 Aquaman movies yet. This happens a lot when they're going to do a major movie. Is they'll commission a couple of different scripts, particularly when they apparently, I guess they probably don't have a really good idea of what to do, and they'll
It's
just cherry
Aquaman, of
pick
course they
between
don't.
them. Oh, come on!
I'm kidding, I'm
sick
kidding.
Of the Aquaman bashing.
No,
I totally
I'm kidding.
Am.
I appreciate Aquaman.
I've said this before, but Aquaman sucked once. He sucked in one thing once, and people have never forgiven him for it. It would be like, and the way I feel about Aquaman is the way you would feel about Batman if, like, everyone only remembered Batman and Robin. No matter what else he did for decades, everyone only remembered Batman and Robin. That is what happened to Aquaman, and that is crap.
Yes, but Batman does cooler stuff. He
has
fish.
You're not the only one defending Aquaman, too, because
That's right.
we just found out Zack Snyder late last week, earlier this week.
Yeah.
Time blends together. He called the radio station, actually, do exactly what you're doing, defending Aquaman.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
like
really
the one thing I
kidding.
agree with
I
Zack
mean-
Snyder about.
Can I ask you this then?
Yeah.
As you're clearly an Aquaman fan, what version do you want to see?
Ooh.
I would actually. Ooh, that is a good question. My favorite, like, condensed version of Aquaman, I thought was a really great introduction to the character, was actually from the Bruce Timm Justice League series. I thought they did a very good job of making him respectable, formidable in a fight, but also really capturing sort of the fantasy aspect and the tragedy of it, the sort of almost Game of Thrones-like nature of what it's like in Atlantis, cutting off his own hand to save his child. It's impossible, I think, to watch that first 3-episode arc of Justice League and not think he's a badass. And I think that's probably a very good direction to go with if you're going to do him as a movie.
I like Bruce Timm anything.
Yeah,
honestly,
pretty much, right? Just put Bruce Timm in charge of one of these movies.
That would be fine.
Everyone would die happy instantly. Like, oh, no, I don't get to see it. Like, that's how great it would be. Like, so ecstatic to put him in charge of it.
Theoretically, though, this tells us that it's probably one of the 9 mystery DC movies that we have right now.
I would imagine so. Yeah. So, good. But yeah, a lot of those are just a mystery. They're just like, yeah, we're doing them through 2020. We assume no one will get tired of them by then. We assume we won't screw this up, which, I hope they don't. Right?
No, I want them all to be good.
Wouldn't that be great?
And it sounds like it's also a near certainty that Jason Momoa is playing the part.
Yeah.
And that I actually really like, because he's kind of badass.
No, again, if you want to change the perception of Aquaman to people and show him as a badass, you guess the guy like Jason Momoa, who, he isn't a big star, but he walks into a room and you're just like, I'm not finding him.
Well, no, I mean, Game of Thrones, I think, made him a big star. So, and
Yeah,
I
but
loved him on
his movie career hasn't been doing great.
Right.
Conan didn't take off, largely because it wasn't a very good movie. Bullet in the Head didn't do well, largely because it wasn't a very good movie. And I don't know if he's been in other stuff. He did a TV series, but no one really talked about. So, more Aquaman. I think that's great. I think that's neat.
Yay, Aquaman.
Woo!
Well, let's talk about some video games. So it was announced that Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, wow, I can speak today. Rise of the Tomb Raider was going to
Can we cancel that Rise of crap when we do like new things? I think we're done with it. It's like saying something is reloaded at the end. I'm like, no, I think we're done.
Yeah, well, okay,
but whatever, fine.
But they announced that it was going to be an Xbox exclusive, Xbox One, Xbox 360, but then it was updated with the information that it won't be like forever exclusive. That at some point this deal, and we don't know how long it is, will run out, and that everyone will get it because the internet kind of got angry.
Well, yeah.
I mean, understandably so.
It's sort of interesting to me. I remember like the classic console wars of the Genesis and Super NES.
Me too.
Back when your mom would only buy you one system, so you had to hate Mario if you owned a Sega Genesis because it was the only way you could justify to yourself why you don't get to play it is because obviously it sucks compared to Sonic. I'd like to think we're past that for the most part now, but especially like a third-party game like this, of course it's going to come out on another console eventually. As the guy who There was an interview with someone who was running Xbone, and he was talking about how we didn't buy the franchise. We just
I don't
released
own
this one
Square
for a while.
Enix. I don't own Crystal Dynamics. But okay, so here's one interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people were talking about is that it's a female. They were thinking of it as a possible system seller, and that it's a female-led game that's been around forever. Whatever issues you have with Lara Croft's past and all of that, and one of the iterations, which was a little bit of torture porn. But still, I think it's a really interesting thing that you might use that as a system seller.
I mean, was Metroid a system seller as well? I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just wondering if there are other exceptions.
System seller. It's a great game,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't necessarily call it a system seller.
Okay. You're a bit more of a gamer than I am. I used to be a bigger gamer than I am now. I don't know. I mean, like Tomb Raider, people like Tomb Raider, so good on you. I think that would be great. That's how much of a gamer I am right now. I actually never really was much of a Tomb Raider fan as a gamer.
As a non-gamer, I just wanted to throw out one of the things that come out of Gamescom that has me genuinely excited is the return of Sierra.
Yes.
And a new King's Quest game.
That's right. That's
awesome.
right. You can go on another quest now. And
are you going to be a gamer again?
I'll play King's Quest. It sounds like it's in the continuity of the games. Those are the games that taught me to read as a kid.
Like, that's adorable.
Yeah, I learned how to read from dying of dysentery in Oregon Trail. That was the first big word I ever learned. Dysentery, what's that? Oh, God.
And now you use it every day.
Now I use it every single day, and it's great.
Wow.
And it's really, 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 really great. Yeah, no, I mean, like, Sierra, I mean, that's cool, but do we know anything about that game yet? Do we know, like, what style it's going to be in? Is it going to be, like, Oblivion-style, first-person, free-roaming? Anyone have any ideas
I
yet?
don't think
I don't think they've said very much.
They just said that they're doing it.
But
Right.
I'm hoping it's a classic.
Yeah, and then we also...
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Well, we also got news about Silent Hill.
Yes, Silent
Norman
Hills.
Reedus?
Yeah, Norman Reedus is going to star in it, which is kind of cool for Norman Reedus, but I don't know, when you do that sort of uncanny valley thing with hearing a video game, I stopped seeing them as me. As me playing it,
well,
you know?
they're getting better about the uncanny valley. It's when they try to do something that looks photorealistic that you still get some issues with it. I think lately slightly stylized games have actually been a little bit better with that because you don't recognize it. Your eye doesn't flip out.
Here's my question. Silent Hills, does that mean there's going to be more than one town now? Because that wasn't like there was like this one hill. It was like there was a town called Silent Hill. So we're going to go to like different versions of that town? Because that actually might be
See, all the dirty jokes just went through my head.
You enjoy that. You enjoy that.
But one interesting thing is Guillermo del Toro is part of this.
There's going to be a lot of orange lighting.
Ah.
Well, I think, unfortunately, that's all the time we have this week.
What? No!
But we'll see you next week on Most Craved.
We'll miss you.
Bye.